How does people pleasing,
I
yeah, where does this show up most in our life? Maybe at work or maybe in church or in our relationships? Like, how does people pleasing show up in our life, Kim?
Man, anytime someone else is involved, but more than that, I'll be honest with you, sometimes there's really not a person there. It's my perception of people. So maybe I'm the only one in the room and I'm still struggling with it. But it's any time that we have given someone an elevated place in our life. So I am not okay unless my spouse tells me I'm beautiful every day, or I'm not okay if I don't hear that, like, I'm the best employee that we have. As a student, I'm not okay unless I get that straight A, right? It's any place that we're looking for that input or that affirmation. As a teenager, if my friend group isn't okay with me. All of those places, as moms, we can easily fall to the trap of, I'm not okay if my kids aren't okay with me, especially as they get older. So, all the different places of our life that we can fall. But what essentially it is it's a fear of man. We've
Mm.
decided, the Bible tells us that we should be in fear of God, but that fear is like awe. It is knowing who God is and having on him his rightful place. But a fear of man is to elevate them above God and needing that fulfillment that should only come from God, but we're seeking it from man. So it's taking our hope, our joy, our satisfaction, and thinking that it can be filled in men or anything that could be created, right?
And that's so hard to know, because we're created to be in relationships. We're created, we're here and we are always engaging with people in either online or in real life and whatever it might be. And so to know the difference between when I'm elevating somebody else's opinion or perspective above God, it's hard to recognize that. And so but when we do that, what might be some of the byproducts that we might actually see in our life when people pleasing comes out? Like
Okay,
what might
so
be
I
some of
have a,
yeah, good.
yeah, the symptoms we would see. Is
Yeah.
that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a great example. So a simple example for like work would be like that you always say yes to every project. I'm going to say yes because I need my boss to be happy with me. I'm okay if I'm the best employee or my boss is happy with me. So maybe you overcommit yourself. At home, in your friendships, a good thing to watch for is your emotions. I have adult children and I have a preteen son that lives at home. All of my adult children were visiting, and something happened that my husband made a decision on something that I thought would upset my adult children. And I reacted in a very harsh way to my husband. So watching your emotions, I had to kind of stop and be like, okay, why did I respond that way? I haven't spoken like that in a long time. What made me react that way? And so I had to sit in realizing I had a fear that my kids would be so frustrated with my husband, it may limit how much they come back and visit, right? Stupid fear, but what I was seeking was I wanted my kids to always be happy here. And so I was reacting to, if my husband interjected in that or did something that would make them not want to be here, that I'm not okay because it could affect my relationship with my adult children. So watching your emotions and how they lie, or how you react, if you go from something to big reaction, huge anxiety, huge anger, huge frustration, just slowing down and seeing where that emotion takes you back. See how it leads you back to God. Really ask yourself, am I worshiping anything here? And I had to see, like, I was worshiping my kids being happy with me. I was worshiping my kids' happiness. And that really helped me identify what was going on at work. If I'm saying yes to everything and I'm exhausted all the time, why am I overextending myself to the point that it hurts other things in my life? What am I worshiping here? And I'm worshiping being that gold star employee or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So following those habits or patterns that seem unhealthy, those reactionary emotions, to see how they take you back to identify what you're worshiping.